Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode on the Sports Network. We're going to recap the men's soccer season. I'm joined with the head coach, Roy Dunshee. Coach, last video with you. It's been a fun ride, and we always appreciate sitting down and catching up. Let's recap the season. 6-10-1 on the year, 3-6 in conference play. Positive note, you guys ended the season with a 2-0 win at Muhlenberg. Just overall, what do you have to say about the season?
Well, it was nice to finish with a win, and it was a good win because they're very difficult to beat at home. And I was happy for our seniors to go out with a strong win, a 2-0 win. It was not the season we had hoped for, but it rarely is. We always hope for the best and hope for great things. We learned a lot this year. We developed a lot this year. We took some tough beats, a lot of one point, one goal losses. And that comes with being a little inexperienced. But it sets us up pretty nicely for next year, I think.
All right, so now if you sit down and evaluate the season, if you could pick one big strength and one big weakness of the team, how would you kind of describe that out?
I think the strength this year was our depth. We brought in 11 freshmen. Zach Urbanski was out all season with an ACL, which was tragic because we were really counting on something big from Zach. But, that'll happen. But of the 10 who were fit to play, we got significant contributions from most of them. They all got a chance to play. But integrating them into the team was tricky. Right? That's a lot of guys to find minutes for and to find a place for. The good news there is that they all did well, and they're spread around the field very nicely, a very balanced group. So in the future, I think we're going to be pretty strong. The weakness this year for us was that we didn't click in the attack the way we had hoped. We didn't ring up as many goals as we thought we would. So we need to find a way to solve that part of it. But a lot of that comes with understanding how each other play and finding the right combinations, and we made a lot of progress there.
All right, Coach. Let's talk about the young lineup. What kind of positive momentum does that give you guys in the off season and then heading into next season? Just knowing you have a lot of guys returning next year.
Well, there will certainly be a lot of competition for playing time next year. There's no one on our roster who is not in the conversation for the starting lineup next year. So they're going to have to really sharpen each other in the offseason, which traditionally they've done very well. They work really hard in the offseason. We expect the same. The freshmen will get a taste of what that's like for the first time, those early morning lifts. When they go through all that together, this group now that's remaining, when they have all those early mornings, when they sweat it out and they suffer a little bit, then those tense moments in games next fall, I think we'll have more confidence. I think we'll have more conviction because they will have gone through all these difficulties together. That's the stuff that perhaps we were missing this year, but we'll certainly have it next.
All right, last one here. Take us through the schedule for the team. Obviously, the season ending on Saturday. When do lifts start, and then maybe even a timetable on spring practice and everything like that.
Well, they'll get a little bit of time off now. Just to sort of recover and focus on their studies for a little bit. Then they'll be in with Coach Jenkins and Coach Alvarez in the weight room. Early mornings, 3 times a week. They'll be playing futsal on their own. We can't coach them this time of year, but they're sort of compelled to play. So they'll play informally with each other, and this is when they can really stretch themselves and try some things. Without anyone looking over their shoulder, they can try something new without any repercussions. So this is when they sort of discover themselves and extend themselves as players. We'll get with them again in the spring. We have a 5-week season under NCAA rules. We get 1 play day and 1 alumni game. So that's not really enough to train for. So we have to train to play against each other. So we'll have a lot of inter-squad scrimmages during that stretch and see if we can lift our level.
Great. Coach, one last time. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for everything.
Well, hang on. I have some questions for you
now,
now,
all right. It's all on you.
Welcome to the Sports Network. I'm head men's soccer coach Roy Dunshee. I have a few questions for Andrew Cherico.
All right, fire away.
So this is, we've been doing this for quite a while. Is this our last interview, Andrew?
Well, Coach, sad to say, yes, it is. You're probably one of my most favorite coaches to interview. it is.
So what's next for Andrew Cherico? When will you be graduating? What's the future hold for you?
Oh, goodness. I'm graduating in December. Deciding between a couple of different marketing jobs, either at home or down south, either like healthcare marketing or franchise restaurant branding.
Well, let me go on the record publicly that if you need a recommendation, or perhaps this can be your recommendation, hire this man. This is a good man.
I guess one last question for you. Do you want this included in the recap or?
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness. All right.
100%.
You want to close it out?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We see you all in the fall, and let's wish this guy the best.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.